America, South America, Ecuadorian, everybody, went and back for Eric Adams. And I was with my brother, from day one. The only people that beat us is Eunice and Eunice's sister. So they were even, when Eric Adams won the project, they said, no, we have to make sure. Every day Eunice went to the board of elections to contest, to make sure that no shenanigans. So this is people that back Eric Adams then, and they're backing him now. This is the most secure feeling, and I'm extremely happy. So before I call you, let me call our host, so that he can not only speak, but introduce, some of the leaders and some of the needs and why, you guys are interested in being the first to host the endorsement of re-election of Eric Adams. So, Mr. Mohammed Majumda.
Thank you. I don't know how to start with. First of all, I want to express my gratitude and thanks to Sheikh Musa Grama. Sheikh Musa Grama is my friend for many years. Very honest, very sincere, and very trustworthy individual. But let me tell you this program, he organized, he's the organizer, he's the person supposed to schedule for the mayor to be here. And I totally trust on him, but somehow things get mixed up. And it was not even in the mayor's schedule. And most importantly, mayor was surprised to see that a flyer was made for him to come here. Well, I have this all message in my phone. And I feel so disrespected that after doing all this, we spent couple of nights. Islam Mamun is here?
Yes.
Yeah. Islam Mamun, MD Alauddin, Mamun bhai, come around. You have a lot of seat here. And then MD Alauddin and Ibrahim Baramuya, Doglu bhai, they are like my brother. I told them to do, they did it. They make the flyer, they make the poster, they make the banner. It is at Khalil now because I cancelled the event. So, and at night I found out that Musa is very honest. Honestly, he said he could have stopped it, he could just disclose now. Room will be packed, like with thousands of people. He was calling me all over the place because our community itself is like we can have a couple of thousand people for hearing. Because I and we, a lot of you, strongly believe his leadership for the safety of our city, for the security of our city, job growth of our city, housing of our city. We are lay out 4 things in the second state of the city state, right? It's in his speech. This 4, if you read it to the Google and fly it, you're going to love it. He is roaming right now to the Albany, trying to work out with you guys to find a common solution. The criminals should not stay in the jail just because they don't have any money. But also we have to look into that. Criminals should not come out and kill me. So this is a huge challenge. And they are in the name of progress. You are giving the people, 25 people get killed. And you are doing a meeting. You are doing Eric, this or that, you are laughing. I'm not very happy when people get killed. How do you feel when somebody says, oh listen, Jennifer, your husband got killed? How are you going to feel? What law that you're going to do? Jennifer Askumar is my friend from the Rotary. Ever since she became not only the assembly, district leader or something, she was running something, then from that when she came out from the Roy School, I know her. This 4th thing Mayor lay out in her second speech. Number 1 priority is the safety. Because of the safety, from the day 1, I support him and I ultimate support. I flash my all food, so much thing. Because I want to make it so joyous, so wonderful, because it can make hiccup. I'm not very happy there with few people. He said, I sit, everybody just sit here. There is no system, there is nothing, and still we are doing it. But I am so sorry. I thank to him. He made this. He doesn't have any resource, but he still time his best. He worked mile after mile. I also want to recognize Khalil Biryani House. owner, come around, he loves it. So, and he's very enthusiastic about Mayor Eric Adam, and he he's cooking for all of you guys. Please don't leave without eating food. So, from the bottom of my heart, from the flying board, on behalf of Bangladesh, American community, each and every one, I want to thank you all. Please eat and leave, and we're going to have everyone speak a little bit. And please support Eric Adam. We need him more than he needs us, because the individual leader like that make big difference. If the leader like him, in absence of him, the so-called progressive caucus or somebody, they will take the thing away. There are a lot of things that people's right to take away, and will be in a bad situation. I can guarantee, I was running for city council here, and you go to the record, everybody voted for me, all of them 100% agree they don't like the defund of the police. And those who are defunding the police still is wrong. Because defunding the police is not a solution. We need the safety, security. If you are not safe, you have $1 million in the pocket, PhD in your brain, but you are not safe. So safety should not be compromised under any circumstances. So people who love safety, they are here now. And our message to the mayor, please promote safety, and we'll be with you. And our one demand only, Sheikh Musa, thank you for mentioning that. We need an international Mother's Language Day monument. In Bangla, it's called Shohid Minar. So Shohid Minar is our demand to the mayor, and it has been in 2009 or something, when I was the chair of the planning board 9, I passed the resolution. I submit to the park department. I work with the park department. We have like 100 meetings. They always show me the red tape. They're saying that, oh, if we do it for Bengali, then Hispanic going to ask for something, Dominican will ask for something. But I was failed to convince them that International Mother's Language Day is not meaning only Bengali, because it was approved by the UNESCO that it is for all nations, all people, those who fight for their sake of their mother language. So by doing this, you're going to help us. Because BAFA, Bangladeshi American Police Association, this is a huge event. Go to the record, how much resource I put in there. Because I want mayor to be elected, Eric to be elected. And he is elected, we are very happy. I personally don't need nothing from him. Many of us working last day and night, we don't need nothing from him. We have a very good, high-paying job. What job he's going to offer? We have better job than that. We want safety, security, appreciation, that the things people like to hear, people like to see. So I'm sorry that I sent the message to you, for confusing all of you. And a lot of people here, my people, they have been waiting outside the street. They could not come in because a restaurant did not allow them, because the restaurant is too small. Too many people cannot host. Belon cannot allow here because he said, what is my money? I cancel it. So there's a confusion. My apology. And thank you, Musa, for allowing me. Jarifa, thank you. Queen Madam, thank you. Dr. Global, thank you. Barubunya Assembly Woman. And look at this beautiful lady here, Seema, Ambassador. And she's here. Thank you. And my dignitaries in the line, leader, Imam. Thank you all. Assalamu alaikum. Subha Sanda.
Thank you, Majundo. Thank you so much. Majundo Bai is a well-known figure, not only in the Bengali community, but in the community circle. Served in many capacity, handling community affairs. One of the first immigrant, Southeast immigrant leader to really integrate into the system. And because of that, not only he worked for a law firm for over 3 decades, but his daughter is lawyer, his son is an assistant district attorney, right here in the Bronx. So it's a real success story. Now, Vincent you know, Vincent is how do I describe Vincent? So Vincent has become a brother to me since we met. You see, you see hearts connect to each other. When you meet and then you see yourself in somebody else, then you become one. And that's why Vincent, I want everybody that Vincent invites, stand up. If you come from Vincent, stand up. Ecuadorian, what, association, stand up. Yes. So Vincent came with an army, ready to go to work. And we're excited because they have done it before, and then we're ready to do it again. So thank you so much. I want Vincent to greet us because today we're here for Eric Adam. We're here for nobody else. We're here for Eric Adam. And by the way, if we were opportunists, we would never ever be here 2 years ahead of campaign. We would wait until the polls tells us who's ahead, who has a chance, everything. You know, maybe Eric will have some problem, whatever. No, we're here because Eric is the leader. No matter what happens, we're with Eric. No matter what the poll said, we're with Eric. No matter what New York poll said, we're with Eric. Therefore, we said, since we're with Eric, let's not wait until somebody else defines us. You know what one of our friends, mutual friends, said, oh, I cannot come and support Eric because, you know, the rats. You know, the rats. I said, now you're going to deny Eric support because the rats have been here since Moses. What are you talking about? Anyway, so Vincent is here, and we're going to build this coalition. This coalition will be the most formidable, inclusive coalition that supports diversity. And that's why we're doing it. And Vincent, we want you to greet us and tell us why you're supporting Eric at second time around.
Oh, yeah, thank you very much.
Yes.
Good evening, sisters and brothers. To me, it's an honor to be here with all these leaders and sitting here on the throne. For my community, wow, it's something like it's only happening in our dreams. And right now, I'm part of here because I follow the same dreams that you follow for a better education for our children, housing, and to see what the mayor can still do it for the crime. Because that's most of the thing that the city needs. And I see a more police force on the street, I see it in the subways, and he's doing his job. From the beginning, when he was only a candidate, I believe in him. I believe that he can do the job, and he's still showing that he's doing a good job. That's why we're here to support his re-election for 4 more years. That's why we're here to be together. Because the only way, if we get together, we're going to be again in power. Thank you very much again for the support. I'm very happy to be part of the first Mosaic coalition. People want to know where I came from. I came from Ecuador. I am USA citizen, so that means I vote. And all the people that's with me, they vote too. So that means we bring votes. Also, I am a USA Army veteran. So I serve this country, and I want to still serve it from this coalition. And once again, thank you very much, everybody. Thanks.
And then we go, Adam 8.
Adam 8. Adam 8.
Adam
8. Adam 8. Thank you. Vincent, thanks for your service. Serving our nation, keeping us safe and powerful and independent with liberty and justice and equality for all. Now, as I said earlier, there are individuals that are easily identifiable with Eric Adams' campaign the first time around. You work with Eunice in Midtown Manhattan, in the Bronx, everywhere. They say you work for Eric Adams because they always see Eunice with Eric Adams. And not only Eunice, is a strong supporter of Eric Adams, but Eunice happens to be a lawyer, but you will not know because she's humble. And Eunice is here to say 8 years for Eric Adams, just like Eunice said, 4 years for Eric Adams 2 years ago. So Eunice, we want you to come and give us and tell us why you're supporting Eric Adams then and Eric Adams now.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much, Eunice. I just want to say, I have known Eric since Eric was Brooklyn Borough president, and Eric has always been there for us.
Yes.
I remember going to the borough hall. I mean, me and some group, we always go there, and Eric will always say, you know what, this borough hall is for all of you. Come anytime. Do what you want to do for your community. This hall is for you. And I support Eric Adams. Honestly, Eric Adams is like the only one that I know who will actually sleep in his office. Eric will go to homeless. Like, Eric will just like sleep right there on the floor. And Eric is just that type of a leader who is there for you. He works hard. For me, I support people because I look at what you can do. It's not about talk, it's about action for me. You know? So that's the reason why I support Eric Adams. Well, I supported him, of course, like during the campaign, and I'm doing that again because I believe in Eric Adams. I know what Eric can do. So I'm doing that again. I came here to say, oh, I support you 4 more years. Eric for 8, 4. And I just want to say something, right? For us to make this happen, I want all of you in this room, go out there and send the message. That's all you have to do. Talk to your family members, talk to your friends about Eric Adams. Just tell them Eric is coming. 4 more years. That's all you have to do. Long story short, talk to people because that's how we did it. And we want to do it like that again. You have to pass that message across all over, please, because Eric is the one. No one else, please. Eric is out there working so hard for us. So let's do it again, okay? And during the campaign, we worked so hard. Me and Sima, my madam right here, okay, we all did it. We know what Eric Adams can do, and of course, Assemblywoman, all of us were there for Eric. And we are back here to do that again. Just help us get the message out there. And it's done. All right? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jonas. So now, since we have to eat a lot of food, we have the best restaurateur, immigrant success story, fairly new to this country. From Bangladesh, today, Khalil owns 5 successful restaurants. Khalil, let's give it up. You know, before Khalil, there was a Puerto Rican restaurant by the name of Joe. And Joe was the go-to by all the elected officials, whether you're Latinos or African Americans or white. Joe's place was the go-to. Even the mafias, that's where they used to have meetings. That's how popular Joe's place is. But now, Khalil, unfortunately, Joe passed away by the COVID. One of the most beloved men, in the Bronx, COVID, died from COVID. And so let's pray for Joe. But what Joe was then is what Khalil is now, and we're very proud because Khalil has a heart of gold. And same thing like Joe, if you go to Khalil's restaurant, you see the picture of everybody. And people are coming, and he just started. Imagine now, 10 years from now, he'll be like, God continue to help. So, Khalil, we just want you to come and say something. Come and greet us and say something.
He's shy to come by.
Wow. Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Mukhtar.
Today is the history for the bronze. It is the great successful party. We are so excited that mayor is coming here. We are waiting, but unfortunately not coming. Sorry. Our Bangladeshi community is the growing here. The bronze is now is the leading point in the Bangladeshi community. Not only Bangladeshi community, minority and immigrant people is living here. We are together make it growing the bronze. Hopefully we are together is the again re-elect the inshallah the Eric Adam. Thank you so much. We are together all the time successfully. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Since you came with it, just say something before you go. Because you're one of the organizers, actually. Say something.
Hello, good evening. Good evening, Assalamu alaikum, Adab. I'm very pleased to be here with African community, Bangladesh community, Hispanic community, Latino community, all media, and all leaders, businessmen, all senior freedom fighter, and all guests. Thank you so much. We missed Eric Adam, but we have representative Eric Adam. We all are representative Eric Adam. We work for him, we will be with him, and we had some demand that Mujumdar speak already, so we stick with that. Thank you so much.
So, the next speaker is, Sister Assembly, you leaving?
Yes, I have to go, but I'll be back.
I got you.
Okay?
I got you. Thank you so very much. So, the next speaker that I'm calling is Ambassador Dr. Sima Kresnaya, member of the gorgeous Mosaic Coalition, who hails from a country by the name of Ukraine. So he's representing European Union, just like we represent Latin America, we represent Africa, Southeast Asia, we might represent the whole world, but, predominantly Harnan. So we want Ambassador Sima just like Lionel, they was faithful, with Erica, and they continue to be here. And so I just want Ambassador to come and greet us and tell us why you supported them and why you are here today.
Dear friends, just like Sheikh Musa has mentioned, our great brother and friend Louis came with an army. However, I, as usual, came without an army, by myself. It has been like that since the beginning of my friendship with Eric Adams as an individual. Not Brooklyn Borough President, not Senator, not Mayor, Eric Adams as a human, as an individual. I did not care about what my community thought. I did not care about what thoughts or echoes my community could have had in their mind about any elected official elected candidates for elected office. I would always proudly represent Ukraine and Europe in the right positions, because it doesn't matter the party, it doesn't matter the elected office, the actual office title. It matters the positions. And what I would like to say is, thanks to Eric Adams as a human, I, an ordinary Ukrainian Jewish girl who has an educational background as a nurse, became the first and only Russian-speaking Ukrainian-born United States Global Peace Ambassador to represent United States in the entire world. thank you, because Eric Adams was my. I was following every single word of his. And right now, I cannot do other things but support him, because it is not a matter of who he will become. The mayor, the governor, the president, the US senator, doesn't matter. Eric was, Eric is, Eric will be. And with that being said, I would like to say that it is a historic moment today, not in terms of endorsement. The word endorsement is only a frame, but endorsement means nothing without the main backup theme. And the main backup theme of this event tonight is the celebration of the Transatlantic Reunification Agreement, which during this past, I was privileged and honored to be invited by our great friend and brother here, Sheikh Musa Drame, to witness being signed by our Honorable Queen Mother. And post the signing, after the signing, I was honored to read one of the principles of the agreement out loud. This is the highest privilege someone who is part of the diplomatic community is ever given, to read a principle of a declaration that is going to, actually did already, turn the entire world around. With that being said, the reason I'm mentioning this is because Eric Adams is the living example, the living proof of the fact that the Transatlantic Reunification Declaration is not just a piece of paper, but it is actually something that has already been carried into action, but people were afraid to admit it. But guess what? We're not going to be afraid to admit it anymore, because since that day, since that moment, any form of slavery, discrimination, and prejudice has put an end to itself, followed and secured by a resolution signed by the United Nations Secretary General to also prosecute any denial of the Holocaust. So the union between the end of the African American slavery and the discrimination against Jews and Europeans, I think, is the most historic happening of humankind. And this is exactly why Eric Adams, as a human, who represents it all, because he does not just represent people of different nationalities and cultural backgrounds by word. He represents them by action. And like I said, in terms of friendship, whoever I started considering friend, I will never leave behind. So I'm offering my utmost support, and thank you so much, everyone. Once again, I'm going to say Eric, you guys are going to say is, was, will be. Eric is, Eric was, and Eric will be. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador Seema. Thank you so much. I know, Eric Adams knows a lot of people, but you are definitely on top of individuals that he knows. And before I go to our next speaker, I want to acknowledge another success story within the Bengali community, within the Muslim community, within the immigrant community, and within New York City. My own accountant, Ahad Ali.
Yes.
By the way, he's not accountant, he's a CPA. There's a difference between an accountant and a CPA. Ahad, can you come and say something? Young man, successful, with a bright future, and one of the reasons why we're here. So say something, Ali.
Thank you, Musa. Thank you for the compliments. I'm very humbled by the support that I received from the Bronx community. My name is Ahad Ali. I'm a CPA. I have a practice here on Castle Hill Avenue, right under the Westchester train station. I feel very privileged to be in front of all the constituents of this community, along with a lot of friends and clients that I know of. The past 2 years, the COVID period was very challenging for us as well as the community, and we've actually helped so many clients, businesses, individuals with getting the proper aid, getting the proper loans, grants. So I feel really proud to be, before the pandemic, we've tripled our firm size, and that's all because of the work ethic that we put in and that we stuck with our clients even during the challenging times and right now as well. Even though everything is done, there's many accountants and other people that just kind of were there for the moment and then not there when clients like times right now. But anyhow, I was with Eric Adams the first time when he came to the right here at Golden Palace for his first campaign. I was part of that group with many other people as well. So our Bronx folks, we truly support him, especially the Bengali community. So obviously there's things that the community has and things that we'd like to see happen more. I always believe a dialogue is very important. Elected officials sometimes can get busy, but we need to always continue to put forefront our needs. So, and fairly speaking, we have to put our part. They have to play their part as well. With that being said, I look forward to working with you guys, and obviously I'm in the community. My office is here, even though we actually serve, believe it or not, 50% of our clients all remote. We serve clients all the way in California to Florida, but obviously I have a very strong base just here in the Bronx, Queens, Long Island area. So I look forward to continue building that, and if anybody needs any help, you can simply just Google us, Ahad Co-CPA. We're very top rated on Google, so the reviews speak for themselves. But besides that, thank you everyone. It was nice seeing some of you that I already know, and I look forward to working with you if anybody needs help.
Thank you, Ahad. The next speaker is the person that made it happen the first time around, working with the Bengali community, and they wrote a lot of checks, they donated a lot of money, and they have Eric Adams here. So the sister is here again. Repeat. If things are working, you don't take it. You just keep on doing it. And Sister Jennifer was, the catalyst for the first fundraising, connecting the Bengali to Eric Adams directly. And Sister Jennifer is here. We want you to greet us and tell us why you were there then and you're here now for Eric Adams.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm not feeling very well, so if I'm not loud enough, just say you are not loud enough. I'd first of all like to thank the community, the business community in this area for the support that they gave. They gave us a blank check because by then nobody knew Eric Adams over here because a lot of people were going to other places. So the few that they knew were not there. But when we came here, and
please, one speaker at a time. Thank you.
And spoke about Eric Adams, most of you received it with thanks. And when we had the first fundraising, I think this community was one of the best. And because of that, it is a historic moment to see that this first group is being the first group to endorse him for the next term. I really appreciate that. And because of that, we are going to work hard and see that it happens. Now, as a mother and as a woman, there is something that I'm seeing that I'd just like to mention. I'm seeing a group that cooks at home. And we have our stores here. Your leaders, elected leaders, on your behalf, I'd like to request them to make sure that trade between the Bengali countries and India should be kind of encouraged so that you get fresh food like we cook it back at home, not tinned food or aged food. How many people would like that to happen? Show of hands. So the business community, try and see that you try and import a lot of products from across the borders. Now, with that said, I'll leave it at that, and we pray that the Lord help us to see this work grow once more to a bigger space. Because Eric Adams, from what he says, if we follow it, but one thing, work together, be united, support each other, be strong. When it is bad or when it is good, be very strong. And that way we will be able to overcome what we are going through in the world today, because there is no country in the world that is at peace at this time. But it can start with America, because America is where the whole world used to run to when they have problems in their countries. So us who are here, we need to make this place habitable to all the other people in case they need to come in here. This is the last country because it's a country of everybody. With that, I leave you all, and God bless you. God bless our mayor, and God bless our country.
Thank you, Mr. Jennifer. Now we have been celebrating, praising, and being very positive. I just want to bring to your attention that as of now, 41,000 Turkish and Syrians died. 41,000. I want you to imagine, I want you to close your eyes, and then you imagine 41,000 people. 41,000 people who went to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning. 4 o'clock in the morning, they did not wake up. You know, there has not been such a tragedy since 2010. What happened in Haiti? 41,000, and that is so far, which means it may grow. So I am organizing under the coalition Muslims, Christians, and Hindus to go to Turkey and Syria. We're working on it. If you're interested, let me know. We're just going to go at fact finding, because when the cameras die out, the struggle begins. The pain and suffering begins. So we want to go as a coalition of interfaith leaders to see for ourselves so that we can report accurately. But in the meantime, continue to pray for Syrians and for Turkey. The Turkeys, they got too much attention. Syria, because of the political thing, it's like even abandoned, even, you know. So we want to go there and cross the border to give the accurate suffering so that at least we can generate, you know, some relief. Because the moment the cameras fades away and Donald Trump will come again for his candidacy, we forget about it. And we don't want to do that. 41,000 people. 41,000. I want that, you know, when you go home, as happy as you go home, 41,000 people. So with that being said, I want to bring up Manju again, huh? Manju Chowdhury. As I said about Majumdar, you see, in every community, there are pillars that sustain the community. You may have a million Bengalis, then you can say 20 leaders, really, you know, hold the community together, guide them, provide them with everything, and he's one of them. And he is very active. And when the door was closed, he told me, next time let me know. This should never close. You know, we're gonna be here, and I said, we're here, yeah, we're gonna open it. And yes, we open it. So thank you. I want you to greet us and tell her. And he was one of the first supporters of Eric Adams, rallied and spoke then, and he's here today rallying and supporting him again. So let us know.
Thank you, Musa. I remember it's 4 years ago, or 2 years ago, we had Musa was for the Eric every corner, 138,
Yeah.
North Bronx, South Bronx, everywhere. He told me we're gonna go together. So Eric is Eric. Why is Eric? You see, Eric is in the church, Eric in the mosque, Eric is everywhere. You call Eric, it's not like it before Mel. I don't see that before Mel, anyone to come everywhere. So equal Eric, Eric come is like a friend, he's like a brother. That's why you need Eric 4 more years, because you see the housing. He made like more than 4,000 housing for the people. You see the Texas borders over there, Eric, for the immigration people. You see the Shimanso, you see the homeless people. One night he passing over there by Brooklyn. That's why we need Eric, Eric, Eric. Thank you very much.
Wow. That was the shortest, most powerful speech. Thank you. You know, people of action, they don't speak loud, so they just do. Now, before I want to bring up Christopher. You know, Christopher is another person that if you follow Eric Adams' campaign, you see Simon, you see Eunice, guess what you see with the camera? Chris. Yeah, Chris is an activist, and Chris is a bridge builder, and Chris also is a humanitarian. And I'm telling you, if you don't know Chris, please take his number. By the way, you married?
I'm not married.
No, he's single. Chris is single too. Yeah, take his number.
First and foremost, I want to give you, our brother, a big thank you for organizing this gathering. And we're here because we are a beautiful, gorgeous Mosaic coalition. And the definition of what a mosaic is so beautiful. It's little pieces of either tile, glass, put together to form a picture, to form a vision. And each of us, we came together and contributed, however small, however big, whether we opened our pockets to donate to the campaign of Eric Adams, we knocked on some doors, we were on the ground making phone calls, we held rallies, press conferences, participated in any way, shape, or form. We brought together a vision, and that vision resulted in Eric Adams being elected. First and foremost, I do work for the New York State Assembly for an elected official, but today I'm here in my own personal capacity as a community advocate, as an organizer. I'm from Corona, Queens. I know Eric for a very long time. He's been a friend of our communities. Even when he was an elected official in Brooklyn and as the borough president, he's always had a presence in Queens, in Corona, Queens, and Jackson Heights. I invited him to a couple of my events, and he was there. Because whether you are an elected official in the New York City Council, you're an elected official in the State Assembly, in the Senate, whether you're a congressman and you represent your district and the needs and interests of your constituents, at the end of the day, you represent New Yorkers, and Eric was that person who always had a presence in every single one of our communities. And this is why you have so many people in this room right now from all different, races and cultures and ethnicities coming together to support him once again for his re-election. Eric spoke to many of us when it came to public safety, particularly and especially after the pandemic and during the pandemic when public safety was really a main concern, and it still is in our city. It's something that is a concern to me. It is a concern to many of my neighbors and many of us. That was a very key issue for him, and I look forward to continue being an advocate for him. I look forward to hitting the ground with the coalition that we have here, and so many leaders like Eunice, the doctor. We have you and everyone here to really knock on some doors, to make phone calls, to make donations, and so forth. So thank you so much once again.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chris. By the way, the coalition is open to every New Yorker. Go to Gorgeous Mosaic Coalition on Facebook and join. We can be very, very forceful. We can be forced for good. By the way, we're endorsing Eric, but we're not saying to Eric, whatever you do, we're okay with it. We're endorsing him so that we're in a power to say, we're not agree with that, and you gotta change it. Or we want you to do this, we want you to do that. That is what the endorsement is, to empower you to tell him the truth. Because guess what, no matter who he is, he needs our support and guidance. Because human beings make mistakes. I want to bring up another speaker, Edna Thomas Granger. And Edna is not only an activist, not only an artist, not only a creative designer, not only a city worker, but Edna happened to be also the president or the executive director of New York Peace Coalition. Powerful force in 23 countries now. And we just wrote a book. The book is published, and I forgot the name of the book. This December Speak, and he put it together, and now you can get it. This December Speak is a collection of what? 48 poets. Powerful. And she's behind me. Excellent, kind of great.
Thank you for having me here. I'm so happy to be a part of this. I'm so proud of the fact that we as Americans, we as human beings, know how to get together and make a difference. We know how to get together and make our change. It's a lot to just get up in the morning, to just be who you are without a whole bunch of opposition from everywhere. But when we come together and we recognize our differences and we recognize our similarities, because we are one race, human. And that's gorgeous Mosaic. So I want to thank Eric Adams and thank everyone for all the work that you've done. Okay, God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Edna. Edna came with her husband, Ron Granger. And Ron is a music teacher. Yeah, Ron is a music teacher and has been around for a while. Wrote songs and teach others. I want to bring up the person that opens up with prayer, to also, because, Dr. Balde works for the city, Department of Health, and Dr. Balde knows a lot about the city and a lot about us, because if you remember, during the campaign, some of the candidates, they have private planes and homes in different places. They ran away. And guess who was on the ground? Eric Adams, going to basements and soup kitchens and, homeless shelters. That's why when the opposition wanted to mislead New Yorkers said, no, we know Eric Adams, because he was here in the soup kitchen. He was in the basement. And when happened to the candidate, or they flew to their second or third home in expensive areas because they were afraid of New Yorkers. And we had a candidate who didn't even know where number D takes people. I mean, you're running for mayor in New York City, you don't know where number D goes. So that's why he didn't make it. So Eric knows the city, and we just want Dr. Balde, who supported Eric then, and he's here now again. Dr. Balde. Yeah, thank you. God bless. God bless. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you very much. Please.
Yeah, please.
You know all why we supporting him? Because he's one of us. We know what we need. We know what we're suffering from. I know him since 1999. You all know about Ahmad Diallo have been shot 41 times in Villa Avenue. I know him since then. Ahmad Diallo, we coming from the same state in West Africa. His mother, should be like a cousin of man. So when we have this situation, it was a very critical situation. He was coming to us to help, to organize, to participate in the rally and the manifestation, demonstration with ex-borough president Ruben Diaz. Those two people come to us with open heart, helping in all ways. So I'm going to ask you all, we all, to support and to help to re-elect him. Because we know what we need. He know what we know. So he know what we need to have. We need to have safety. When you go to school because you are safe. You go to work when you are safe. If we have safety, we all can do what we need to do for our own self. So we need the safety in the city. So he's one who know our problem. Please, let's work together in order to re-elect Eric Adams. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Bade. You know, we have two more speakers. We have the food ready. We have two more speakers. Then the fourth program ends. Then we start the second one. There's another one. Don't leave. Don't go anywhere. But at least the second one can go while we're eating. Let me before I bring up a speaker. Let me bring up. You know, the African community is one of the fastest growing community. As a matter of fact, we are the fastest growing community in the Bronx besides the Dominicans. Fast, you know, and the African community came together, Eric Adams said, long time ago. I know a lot of Africans, but I want to create a united African constituency because I don't want to deal with everybody. I want to deal with one group so that I can be effective in providing the needed constituent services. And that group is NYC African Council. And NYC African Council, the person that always call and text Eric Adams directly is none other than Len. And Len is here. Len, come and greet us. Come here and greet us. And Len knows Eric Adams as much as anybody else. And Len constantly communicate with Eric Adams. And on behalf of the African community, only Len actually communicates with Eric Adams on our behalf. So Len Idioji. And by the way, Len also is a founding member to the gorgeous Mosaic Coalition.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here tonight and to see everyone, all the faces that are here. It's a beautiful day, a beautiful evening. So we're here for one reason, and that reason is to provide support and also to endorse Mayor Eric Adams for the second term. You know, those that have, as I've been listening, everyone that has spoken here, they've said exactly what needs to be said. The mayor ran primarily on a few platforms, one of which was housing, one of which was public safety, jobs, and he's working really hard. What we need to recognize as we come here to endorse him is that the problems that we are faced here in New York, they didn't just manifest today. These are things that took time to be here, and he's working. The man doesn't sleep. He's working to see whoever knows him here knows that he works tirelessly to address the issues of New Yorkers. So we're saying to support him, not because all of these problems have been solved, but because he needs to continue on in order to solve these problems. One of the problems that we have of interest to us as Africans is that of representation. You have this talk about diversity, inclusion, and all these things. We want that to reflect too in the city administration, and the man is working to see that it happens. We've been in conversations with him and his administration. We want these things to come to fruition. And for these to happen, and as we speak about representation and diversity, it also includes this community that we're in. This wasn't the face of this community some 10, 15 years ago, but it's changed. This is what we have now. And we want all of these to be shown and manifested in city administration. And let's continue to work. When he ran the first time, the New York City African Council and the gorgeous Mosaic, these were the first people that endorsed Eric Adams as their stepson. Through that experience and through that work, everybody else saw that this really is a viable thing to do. People said, oh wait, this community, maybe we should come talk to them. And people started reaching out. So we're taking the leadership again to say, let this man continue to work for us. Let's work to see that he sustains, he achieves his plan for New York City, and that can't happen in a one-term environment. So let's not be deceived. Yes, we recognize that he's only maybe 2 months into his second year. We recognize that. There's a lot of work to be done, but let's stand behind him to see that all of these are achieved. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. You're next. No, we have two more speakers, then we close the first endorsement. Then we go to the second one, and we also have the food. By the way, by show of hand, raise your hand if you are endorsing Eric Adams for second term. Raise your hand, by show of hand, if you're endorsing Eric Adams. All right. Congratulations. Brother Ali? Ibrahim. So Brother Ibrahim was one of the planning, as Bajumda alluded to. These people, if it wasn't the glitch that happened the last minute, we will have a standing room alone. But there were some glitches, and they were among the organizers who spent days putting it together. So Brother Ibrahim.
Thank you. My name is Ibrahim Barakoya. I'm one of the volunteers for this event. We worked hard last 2 weeks and hope that we have a very gorgeous program with Eric Adams. But unfortunately, Adams is engaged in Albany, and we postponed the meeting this morning. Our leader, the Mujumdar, says Mayor is not coming. We postponed the meetings. But after that, hundreds of people came in. They don't know that the meeting is postponed, the mayor is not coming. And we apologize to them. But after that, we are here for this program. I'm very glad to be here. And one thing I want to say that we remember that during pandemic period, the city was freeze. That point of time, today, the reopening of the city, and this is a new normal, not the normal situation yet. The new normal situation, the Eric Adams leads that freezing country to vibrant country now. So he has the charismatic leadership. He proved that. But there is a lot of thousands of problems come up after post-pandemic period. The law enforcement situation, we know the bail reforms, and there is some new, the criminals come up through this process. So I want to say that we want our leader who sees us, who like us, who understand us, who understand our values. And there is one man, none, Eric Adams. We will support, continue support to him, inshallah. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Let me bring the last speaker on for the first half. So now we have officially endorsed Mayor Eric Adams for the second term. This is a historic moment because, again, we're not consultants, we're realists because we don't want any negative picture that is, build up. By the time you realize it is too late. So I want to bring up the founder and the chairwoman of African American Women in Cinema, who happen to be serving one of the committees of Eric Adams also. So Tara Renee is an international leader, travels to Europe, Africa, everywhere, and spend a lot of time promoting women empowerment through arts and film. Tara Renee. And after that, we conclude after Dr. Valdez to pray for the 41 souls. Then that concludes the endorsement, then we go to the second round. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. To the prestigious panel, thank you. Good evening, everyone. So wonderful to see you. It's an honor and privilege to be here to endorse my favorite mayor of New York City. When I first heard of Mayor Eric Adams is when he was the president of Brooklyn. And he supported one of the programs that we were doing. It was in response to the mass shootings. Unfortunately, they're still continuing. But we actually went on a multi-city tour to talk about this issue in detail. And Mayor Eric Adams was one of the first elected officials to support that initiative. So it brought me great honor to participate in a program that was called New York City Speaks. And basically what that was, and I was so happy to be a part of it, it was hearing from the constituents, all of you from all 5 boroughs, and just to know what your issues were and are that you're experiencing. And I thought that was so unique. And Mr. or Honorable Mayor Adams just really come across as someone from the community who cares about the community and who really wants to make a difference. And when you have someone like that, with a heart like that, you stand a chance to experience a better way of life. And so tonight, it gives me, again, great pleasure and honor to endorse one of my favorite mayors.
Thank you so much. My brothers and my sisters and compatriots, my fellow New Yorkers, we have done what nobody else has done yet because we have a mayor that nobody else has. And for that, we want to secure an 8-year term. We cannot afford not to have 8-year term, and we cannot afford to have David Dickey #2. We want Eric Adams to complete 4 years and then 8 years. And that's why we said, let's come early, because the moment we endorse, guess what we do? We go to war. There's no, we gotta wait for this, we gotta wait for that. And that's why we're very, very honored to have the privilege and the opportunity to open the supportive door so that Eric Adams, will be re-elected and, be able to make his administrative agenda, fulfilled. And all of us, if you need to know what his agenda is, you let us know, I'll send you the article. It's very comprehensive, and Eric Adams says what he's doing weekly to all the reporters so that the reporters will know, what he has accomplished. So with that being said, I want you to give yourself a round of applause for making history. We're not opportunistic. We are real supporters, so thank you so much. Now, gorgeous Mosaic Coalition endorsement of Eric Adams' election is official and effectuated, and now it's in the history book. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We open the door.
Do you wish your business makes it to the top list of the most searched for business in the US and around the world? Or are you searching for halal compliant services and products online? Then Halal Finder is your online resource directory pointing you to the right places and products. Let's help you explore halal products and services of your choice as we manage many halal businesses across the world. Promote your business with halalfinder.com, the only plug you need to grow. Our services include business listing, digital marketing, branding strategy, SEO campaigns, crowdfunding, and humanitarian support. On our Compassion Corner, we offer crowdfunding of halal ventures and humanitarian services. In this section, you can make or receive donations, start donation campaign, and check existing donation campaigns. And by paying zakat and sadaqah to our Compassion platform on halalfinder.com, you have supported the poor, widows or widowers, orphans, and the likes around the world. Contact us at info@halalfinder.com or call +1 718 822 5555. Get started today at halalfinder.com.
When you get your food, we continue.
In a world where the quality of information available to poorer communities is doctored, tainted, and sometimes regressive, where the words fake news have come to mean other people's opinions, it is vital to rely on news platforms with journalists who have feet on the ground and can report the truth. New York Parrot, a New York-based national and global news outlet, is changing the narratives of media operations. We focus on the news that matters, like self-empowerment, entrepreneurship, finances, health, security, politics, and more. We strive to curb violence, racial and economic discrimination, and to promote peace and socio-economic development of multiculturally diverse world. As we give voice to the people, we also give your business a voice and make it heard. Get your products and services off the ground by advertising on our fast-growing platform. With so much of daily visits to New York Parrot, you can't afford to be invisible to prospective clients on the websites they trust the most. Our posts reach millions of people across the New York State and around the world. Advertising on our new site will unlock an audience of thousands of potential customers on your doorstep. New York Parrot is born to prosperously speak tomorrow for the voiceless.